Oh man, so in this video, you're going to have a treat. We're going to look at the top 10 NFT projects currently available to buy on the Phantom blockchain. Yes, the NFT space is booming. As we know, it's continued to grow. We're currently at about 15 billion locked in NFTs. And yes, let's admit it, the majority of that 15 billion is on Ethereum. But how long is this going to last? How long is it going to be that the NFTs are only built on Ethereum? Well, I suspect that the case will be that this pie chart, which we're looking at here with Ethereum currently taking the majority of the money locked in NFTs, the volume purchased on NFTs, will continue to change over time, and you will see some more diversification with Solana picking up Immutable X, Binance Chain, Cardano in the future, and in this video, Phantom picking up some of the volume here on NFTs. Because let's face it, we spoke about this for a while, Ethereum is becoming very congested on the network, the gas fees are ridiculous, and how long is it going to be before people realize, hang on a second, I can go buy NFTs on Solana or Phantom, where we have a minute transaction fees and just get an equally impressive collection over there. Now you can look here, interestingly, if you look at the number of collection, whilst Phantom is still at the lowest here in terms of the total volume transacted on the NFTs on the Phantom blockchain, we know Phantom is huge on DeFi. I wanted to spend some time looking at some of the best NFT projects on the Phantom network, because as you can see, they're third in the number of collections after Ethereum and Solana. So this is impressive, and you can see Solana is already at 100 million in volume on NFTs on the Solana network. What if Phantom could 20x and reach that figure too, to reach where Solana is, given that their number of collections are third in the list after Solana? So very interesting space. I will proceed with caution, guys. This is for degens only. NFTs are crazy volatile. We know, first, let's just understand how deep we are in the degen network right now, yeah? Because it's always important to put this into perspective before you start allocating parts of your portfolio to certain asset classes, and NFT is an asset class, right? We are already in crypto, which versus real estate or versus cash versus bonds versus stocks is extremely volatile. Then within there, we're not even touching Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? We're looking at something like Phantom, which is a small market cap, and then we're looking at NFTs within Phantom. So you've got to understand this is very high risk, but it's very high reward if you pick up the right NFTs. And I'm going to mention this is for degens only, high risk NFT plays here. And we know that NFTs have these risks of becoming bubbles, and you have to be very knowledgeable at which projects you pick and how you do your research. And I'll try to touch upon some of those points in this video as well. So I'm going to list through the top 10. Stay tuned till the very end. I will be doing this in reverse order in terms of the top 10 projects by volume on the Phantom blockchain for NFTs. And the first one we're going to be starting off with is, as you can see, Pump Kittens. Okay, so Pump Kittens, this is in at number 10 in terms of volume. You can see that we've got an average price here of 8.5k Phantom, and you can see the collection here. You can click into the collection. By the way, this is PaintSwap, which is a DEX and NFT marketplace on the Phantom network. Probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest. I mean, you've got Spooky Swap, obviously, which is a DEX as well, but this has NFT marketplace on there as well. And you can see here the price floor is 4k. Now, a price floor is the lowest price you can pay to buy an item in that collection. Okay, so if you're looking at Bored Ape Yacht Club, and you're looking at the price floor and it's 40 ETH, that means the lowest Bored Ape Yacht Club is 40 ETH. That's the floor of the collection, right? So to enter the collection, for the cheapest item in that collection, that's the price. So you can see the cheapest Pump Kitten you're going to get is about 4k Phantom, which given, call it $3 currently, you're looking at $12,000 to enter this Pump Kitten collection. Okay, so interesting. It's got a revenue share model to its collectors. There's 100 OG Pump Kittens, and you'll receive 50% of all the sales from the future NFT drops, starting with Kittens, which is interesting. So there you go. That's in at number 10, Pump Kittens, guys. What do we have next? Well, the next one we have is, drumroll here, for Cyberneco. Now, Cyberneco is interesting because Cyberneco is a collection of 6,666 uniquely programmatically generated, cute and collectible Cyberneco with proof of ownership stored on the blockchain. Fine. Again, your price floor is 100 Phantom, which let's call it $300. Average price is about 350 Phantom. So again, call it about $1,000 right here to get yourself a Cyberneco. Interesting. You got total volume here of 210,000 Phantom here being transacted. 1,400 of these NFTs have been sold, and this is coming in at number 9 in terms of the most volume transacted on the Phantom blockchain in terms of NFTs. Now, the other thing I do want to mention, click into one of the NFT guys and you'll see a whole bunch of stats. And it's really important that if you want to get into the NFT space, you start reading some of these stats and you start looking at what is going on. You can see who the owner is, who the creator is, what is the symbol, and then you can see the total created. Now, make sure it's a verified collection which you're buying. That would be my first and foremost advice. And then you want to look at what is the total created. So in this case, this is 1 of 1, which is fantastic, right? You can see it and you can see, okay, the next thing you want to look at is the royalty, because remember, when you go to sell this on, you need to pay the royalty back to the creator, in this case, which is the owner and the creator of the wallet here, which you can see this address here, FFD. They will get a 5% commission. So if this 100x is in value, you will need to give, regardless of if it goes down or goes up, you will need to give 5% of your sale onwards to the creator. Very important that you keep an eye on this. It's very standard in the NFT space to do that. Now, the other interesting attributes you want to look at are these attributes at the bottom of the NFT here. And what you'll see is it would list the way that this NFT is structured, right? So from the background to the body, to the fur, to the hat it's wearing, to the eyewear, to any other details, you'll see how it lists it out, and it lists it by frequency within that collection. This is very important because if you remember with Cyberpunks or Bored Ape Yacht Clubs, people are looking at the minute details, right? So if you've got the only Cyberneco in this case, or Bored Ape Yacht Club or CryptoPunk with a phantom pattern background, let's say, that is a big deal. And here you can see only 1.08% of the collection has that background. Okay, so it makes your NFT more rare, and rarity is the currency, right? Rarity is what you're looking for when you're picking up an NFT which you're hoping will appreciate in value. Now, the other factor we'll come on to later on in the video is very important, so make sure you stay tuned because I need to share this factor with you as well. But let's keep this moving, guys, because we're only in at number 9. What is coming in at number 8? And number 8 in terms of volume of NFTs transacted on the Phantom network, and another potential good project here is Beardies. Okay, again, you can see the blue check mark. We know they're verified. The next gen NFT with utility created by the PaintSwap team. So this is actually created by this team, PaintSwap. Okay, so this is one of their own, and you can check out the website obviously for more details, but you can see here again, very visually appealing, a lot of colors. PaintSwap fits to the brand of this DEX/NFT marketplace. You can see the price floor is about 210 phantoms here, so you can get in with about $600 currently here. Average price is probably closer to $1,200, and they've sold 431 NFTs. Again, let's click in, let's have a practice of what we'd be looking for, right? So again, we got one created, we know it's unique, we know this exact same NFT can't be purchased by anybody else. Let's take a look at the rank. The rank is 1207 in this collection. We can also look at the frequency. Okay, so let's look at this example here, right? So the fact that this one has brown hair, 42% of this collection has brown hair. Okay, so this is not super rare. And if we come back out, we should be able to flick through and see, look, a lot of these have black hair, brown hair, right? So let's click black hair. I'm assuming that's not super rare either. Again, 30% have black hair. So these are the ways you can start to look through the collection, and hopefully this gives you an idea of how you can start to place value on some of these things, because we can see brown and black hair very common. So if I kept going, okay, let's take this one with a mask, right? So now we got brown hair. We'll ignore that for a second. How many of these will wear a mask? Okay, it's not telling us here on the, there you go, special mask, 12%. Not super rare. I would have thought it'd be, less of the collection would have a fancy mask. So clearly they've overdone that. So maybe I'm not so interested in that mask. Let's keep going. And yeah, you can see, look, another mask there, another mask there. Let's keep going. What else? I'm assuming they've done the paintbrush a lot. Heart eyes, could that be a rarity? And slowly you can start working through the collection and seeing if something's interesting. Maybe you find one with yellow hair that also has a mask, and maybe that's the only one with yellow hair and a mask, and that way you start to build rarity in what you're looking for. Okay, so that's in at number 8. That is Beardies. To keep things moving on here, let's take a quick look at the 7th position, which is, drum roll again, 8-bit nostalgia, again powered by Phantom, home of nostalgia metaverse. This is a metaverse play, guys, and proof of land ownership in the space. Okay, so if you're buying this, you're buying proof of that land ownership, and you can see the price floor here, guys, is much higher here. Okay, because it's proof of land ownership on the metaverse. Think of it like a sandbox equivalent here on the Phantom network. You're looking at about $15,000 as the price floor just to get a piece of land, any piece of land, the worst one probably on here, and really your average price to get anything decent is about $33,000 to get yourself some 8-bit nostalgia. Okay, very interesting here. Let's take a look at this Washington PC one right here. You can see they didn't call it DC. 7.5% royalty here, guys. Keep an eye on that. One produced. You can also look at the history, which is pretty interesting. You can see here that someone tried to sell it for 4,500 phantoms. Price was updated to 900 phantoms, and then it was sold for 900. Okay, very interesting what's going on, and you can keep an eye on what's going on here, what people are transacting for, how has it been bought in the past. Super convenient to do that here on PaintSwap. PaintSwap make it pretty easy, but a pretty good website, actually, pretty useful. Found it pretty useful browsing through here, finding some good projects. You can see total volume on this one, 693,000 here. It's quite a lot here on 8-bit nostalgia. Now, keeping this moving, let's click number 6. And for number 6, we are now moving on to something called BitHuman, which some of you may be aware of from other blockchains. And again, 874,000 Phantom in total volume. And that is just through 75 NFTs. You can see it's a very high price floor here, sitting at $3,300 is just to enter in. The last sale was here at about $4,500. The last sale 3 days ago, and the average price you're looking at is about 3,500 Phantom. So to put that into context, probably about 11,000 pounds here roughly. Okay, now you can take a look again, very similar, kind of a crypto punk vibe, right? People creating color backgrounds and color features, and this is, it comes back to looking at the rarity, and you can see here royalty 6%, total created was 1. How many of these, what are the attributes of them? Rounded eyes, scared eyes, tobacco, long earrings. In this case, we don't have the percentage rarity here, so you'd have to do that on your own by browsing the collection and seeing how rare it is. How many others have a cigarette in their mouth? You'd have to flick through and see which ones do. Okay, so you can see another one here, so maybe it's not super rare, etc., etc. Okay, so that is BitHumans. And the next one up we have in position 5. Now we're getting into the top 5 here on NFT projects here on Phantom. You're going to want to stay with this video to the very end, because there's some really clever projects on here, and it's important that if we want to invest in this space, we need to keep an eye on these, because we don't know when Phantom can have its massive surge in NFTs and start picking up some of the share that Ethereum leaves behind because of their expensive gas fees. So here, Magic Cats is by SpookySwap. Now remember, SpookySwap is another big project on the Phantom space. It's a decentralized exchange, similar to how PaintSwap is here, and this is their own NFT collection here called Magic Cats. And Magic Cat's got a floor here of 209 Phantom, average price of 475 Phantom. And again, you can see that, this is visually appealing. Now, you remember, we spoke about looking at the rarity of items and the makeup of the NFTs. That's one of the things you want to look at. You want to look at the royalty fee. You want to look at how many were created. You want to look at how rare are the constituent parts of that NFT. But the other thing you want to look at is the aesthetic nature of that NFT. We've seen a lot of NFTs which haven't had necessarily rare constituent parts still go for a lot of money simply because they are very aesthetic. Now, you need to remember who is going to buy this thereafter, right? It's going to be somebody that wants a piece of art, that they appreciate the piece of art, and that is why you want to pick something up that is visually appealing, that is a bit unique, and catches the eye. So you can see here, that's what Magic Cats are trying to do here, creating something very visually appealing. We know cats are quite famous. People like cats, right? They have an affinity towards them, and if they can bring that into a piece of art with rare components, that could have the effect that they're looking to have. Okay, in at number 4, Ancestral Humans. Again, this is a massive one, guys. They're nearly at 1 million volume in Phantom, so huge right here. The floor is here at 260 on Ancestral Humans. And again, they're going after this kind of approach. I mean, NFTs can get weird and wonderful, and you can see here they're kind of going after this Ancestral Human approach here. And again, you just want to click through, have a look at the total created, look at the rarity. So for example, the fact that this one has this flower headgear, right, comes up 7% of the time. The fact that they have this type of head is 7% of the time, but the background is very frequent, right, 54%. So this is not a super unique background. Hopefully this is giving you guys an idea of what you're looking at when you're looking for NFTs, because I know it can be daunting. People don't know where to start, how to start, and what to purchase. Hopefully these kind of pointers give you an idea, just like if you're going to buy a car, right? You want to look at the mileage, you want to look at this, how appealing is it, what options did the previous buyer pick up, what's the service history like? These are the kind of things you want to look at when looking to purchase some NFTs. Okay, now for the top three, guys, and we're going to go in at number 3 with, drumroll, Citadels. Now, Citadels, guys, this is exclusively on the Phantom blockchain, so you won't see these on any other blockchain, which is interesting. Price floor of 320, so you're talking about $900 to $1,000 here, although your average price is much higher here. You can see here, if you click it, you get $2,182 roughly there on the average price. Okay, so you can see here, again, they're going for more the Citadel vibe. You can see they're very artistic, very creative. This has taken much more work than, say, a CryptoPunk, right, or some of the items we were looking at before. But again, it becomes a bit more difficult, right? How do you now value the rarity of some of these items? This becomes just like a piece of art where the value is very subjective in that somebody likes it and they can pay for it, right? That's what you're going to see in this space. Whereas where some of the other ones we're looking at, like the Magic Cats or the BitHuman, the reason people are able to invest in some of these platforms is there is a bit of a quantitative approach, right? You can look at the percentage and say, this percentage of these had the red eyes with the blue background, right? So whereas with these ones, the Citadel ones, it's a bit more difficult to do that. And let's see if they do provide any stats. We can click in and you can see the price history. And you can see here, they're not giving you those same percentage breakdowns of the makeup because they're all unique. They're all pieces of art, right? So it's more about reading the story and reading the piece of art and looking at the price history. In this case, one person bought it here for 555 Phantom, no history thereafter. Okay, that is number 3, Phantom Citadels. In at number 2, what do we have? The second most traded NFT collection on the Phantom blockchain is Wasteland Welcome to Mars. Okay, now again, this is a bit of a play to earn game with its NFTs attached. And you can see the price floor here is super cheap here, guys. You can pick these up for $5-6, right? Up to $10 here for some of these NFTs, but they're used within the game, right? So they're used within the game. Very interesting. It shows what's possible with the interactions between ERC and ERC 721 protocols. For the very first time, your NFT can steal other NFTs. Very interesting, guys. Remind me of when I was a kid, probably giving away my age, when you're playing with marbles and you can hit someone's marble and you take their marbles, right? So maybe that's the case here with some of these play to earn games where you buy NFTs, you go into the game, and it's up for grabs, right? You can fight or play for each other's NFTs and see who wins. Very interesting. It's been done for in the physical world. Why can't it be done in the metaverse? Very interesting project here with Wasteland. And finally, in at number 1, the most traded by volume NFT collection on the Phantom blockchain, super early on the Phantom blockchain. All these projects are super early, which is why we're bringing them to you. So you've seen them first before anybody else has shown them to you. In at number 1, Phantom Wolf Game. And again, a large volume being traded here on this network, and you can see the price floor here at about 2.4 Phantoms and average price about 15 Phantoms. You're looking at about $45 to get into one of these projects here. And again, you can take a look, you can see the component parts. And again, this is going after the theme of, what's rare? Is white fur rare, or is it gray fur? Is it a red hat, or is it a yellow hat, or is it a black hat? Is it a dog? How rare are these projects? And then you can click into them. And you can see here, okay, maybe this one with the green shoes is a little bit more rare than something else. And you can start to look at it. You can see you got a 5% royalty fee. Only one of these was created, and you guys get the gist. So there you have it, guys. There are the top 10 NFT projects currently on Phantom. But let me remind you guys, this is still super early. You can see Phantom was ranked at the bottom there from the chains I showed you in terms of the NFT volume. We know Phantom is huge for DeFi. We cover their technical analysis. We cover their fundamental analysis. But the reality is it's a solid layer 1 blockchain. And with a solid layer 1 blockchain comes all the other great things which you can have in terms of the metaverse, in terms of play to earn games and NFTs. And there's no reason, as Ethereum becomes more and more congested, where people can't just, the people who are going to buy a CryptoPunk, for them, it makes sense to pay those gas fees, right? For people who want to buy a Bored Ape Yacht Club, it makes sense to pay your gas fees. But for the average person who wants to spend 5 to 10 Phantoms, $5, $10, $20, $100, $200 on an NFT to play a game, to speculate, to invest even, on a small scale or play a game, that becomes super prohibitive, okay? So that is where these layer 1 solutions, including Solana, including ADA, including Phantom, have opportunities to really start building their volume in NFTs transacted. Again, guys, I'll leave you the disclaimer that NFTs are super risky. Be very careful with what part of your portfolio you should be trading or are trading in NFTs. Make sure you do your research. This could all, 90% of NFTs could collapse and be worthless at any given time. So very important, you do your research, you do your homework, you understand the collection or the environment you want to invest. And as always, only invest what you're willing to lose. The best way to approach this is to buy what you enjoy. That way you get benefit from what you're buying, you're using the play to earn game, or you enjoy that piece of art. And then if it appreciates in value, then who cares, right? Treat it like a Rolex. You enjoy the Rolex, and if it appreciates, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter, because you're getting the benefit of using that product, right? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more content like this around the Phantom ecosystem and other things, or even any other blockchains, don't forget to comment below. Let me know what you want to see. If you want to support this channel a little bit more, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, click join if you want to become a member of this channel. As always, guys, over there you'll be able to ask me questions in our community thread, which is just for members only, where you can ask me questions on your favorite crypto, your favorite projects, any other coins, and I'll be able to answer you one-on-one over there. As always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.